final chapter of Growing With, where we are talking about vocational adulting. And there are a lot of good stuff in here, talking about journeying with your teenager and young adult as they try to find a career. So a couple things I would say as a youth pastor. The first thing is just as they are in high school, I know like a junior, senior year, they tend to get jobs. And my encouragement to parents is to make sure that that job doesn't take over their life, because they're going to be working the rest of their life anyhow. And let them enjoy high school. Let them enjoy youth group. And if they have a job, I mean, use that definitely to have some pocket money. Gas money, stuff like that. And but make sure that they understand that they're going to work the rest of their life. So enjoy the moment that they have here in high school.
Yeah, and having a job during high school that's kind of a service job, may teach them too that they may not want to do things that for the rest of their lives. They'll figure out who they want to work with and kind of what they want to do from some of those part-time jobs they have in high school. So, anyway.
Another thing that stood out to me in the chapter was helping your young adult learn how to serve. And I've been very passionate about that with my adults in youth ministry, of encouraging them that whenever we do a mission trip, to encourage them to go on a mission trip with one of their teenagers. Because it's a very memorable experience, and it's great to have that for a teenager, because I think as a teenager you have all these wonderful experiences, and then you go home and mom and dad can't relate to what you just experienced, and sometimes it's hard, it gets lost in translation. But to have a parent go on it and have that experience together, but it doesn't just have to be a mission trip, it could be any kind of mission throughout the course of the year. Here at our church, we try to offer things going on practically every week, if not every month, as far as service opportunities, and to take advantage of those and do that with your teenager will have a lasting impact on them.
There's a line in the book that is awesome, and it says, if God is meeting our needs, we ask ourselves, how can we meet somebody else's needs? And that's kind of what they're saying to do as a family, is to kind of check yourself and kind of see where your needs are and that your needs are being met, and then how you can serve somebody else. We know some people have been struggling through the coronavirus thing and lost jobs, but there's still ways to serve. Still things you can do that don't cost things. Help at a food bank if you can, where it's not monetarily, it's service hours and things like that. So.
Right. And especially as we head into the holidays, I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to serve. And I would say, don't do things where the adults are doing this, but the teenagers are doing this, but integrate and take advantage of opportunities to have experiences with your teenagers. And as they as they graduate and go off to college, or graduate even from college, and they try to find their vocation and who they are, understand that we live in a time right now where it may take a lot longer for them to really find their career. I know as I watch my kids, I mean, I've got some kids that plugged right into their career. I did 4 years of college and started their career. I've got another one where he bumbled his way through college and he's trying to figure out who he is and what his job is going to be. And I don't have, I'm not sure whether or not this is where they're going to land for the rest of their life. I think that, things are going to change and happen. And so it's just being patient with that and just encouraging them to find who they are, who God has called them to be, and walk with them through that, and help them understand that what they're doing now isn't necessarily what they're going to do for the rest of their lives, but it's stepping stones.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar thing to Scott, where 2 of my kids came out of college and got jobs right away in the career path that they had studied for, but will they have, and they've recently have just said, will they have this job, these same jobs 5 years from now? I'm not so sure they will. Whereas my, one of my kids kind of, tried to figure out what he wanted to do. One of my kids, I only have one boy, tried to figure out what he wanted to do, and he landed with a company that's been awesome to him. So, there's no real clear route to where your kids will land, but you want them doing something that they're passionate about.
Right.
So,
exactly.
But you also want them to have some of those stinky jobs too through high school and
Yeah.
through college that they can look back on and say, yes, I want to do something more than that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's always important for them to have a Mick job for a little while.
Did you have any Mick jobs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I had a lot of Mick jobs.
Oh.
So those are always jobs that help teach me a little bit of who I am, what I like to do, what I don't like to do. There were certain jobs that I did where once I quit that job, it was like, never again, never again. I'm not doing fast food again, or I'm not doing waiting on tables again. And so, but it still was good for me to have those experiences and work on my people skills, work on my the
But you're so
opportunities.
good.
Yeah, yeah, right. So anyhow, it's good for them to go through that, those experiences of having the kind of jobs that help train them to manage their money, but as well as manage their relationships with other people and see what that's like. So
Definitely.
with that, I think we are concluding our book study with Growing With, and as in conclusion, we have a few special guests that we invited to finish up our book here. So let's invite Adelie and Ansley into our video here. So these are two of our teenagers that are seniors this year, 2021. Please, vaccine, come as quickly as possible. But we wanted to interview them a little bit and see, how they're doing and what's going on, and their relationship with their parents and what that's like right now. As senior year, it can be difficult sometimes as you're trying to figure out what your next chapter looks like. So with that,
Yeah. Well, why don't you introduce them?
okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Adelie.
I'm Ansley.
Girls.
And they both go to Loveland High School. They're seniors, and we're at the tail end, hopefully, of this pandemic. And so their senior year, hopefully, we'll get back on track. But tell us a little bit about your relationship with your parents.
They're cool. I'm getting lunch with my dad after this.
Okay. Well, good. How is it so far? Like your senior year, how are they coaching you or helping you to get to the next stage of life?
Well, I think I've noticed recently, like both my parents are like realizing that I'm a senior, and they both like are being like, "Well, why don't you just stay home tonight? Like, just hang out with me. And you want to go out to lunch tonight or today?" And it's kind of like, "Aw."
Well, both of you are the babies of the family too, so that's
Yeah.
important to understand. When a parent realizes the last one's out of the house, it's
Right.
like, "Ah," and they want to
Right.
cling and hold on to them
Yes.
for dear life.
My mom's actually doing the opposite, which I respect. She's like letting me actually get freedom now that I'm older
Yeah.
and like 18. She's like,
Okay.
yeah, you can do whatever.
Make some mistakes. Make them at home.
Yeah. Well, good.
One of the questions I have for you guys was about social media. So are you guys both on social media? Just a little bit?
Yeah.
So what is the best thing about having a phone, iPad, computer, connecting with your friends? Is there an upside to that?
Being able to go to school.
Oh,
Yeah.
Things we don't
Yeah.
have
Without
Right.
it, I'm
school.
going to school.
Right. And what's the worst thing about social media?
Being able to go to school.
Yeah.
No, it's just like what everyone says, you're constantly connected, you can't get away, that you feel like you're missing out on something, always.
Do you feel that kids are bolder on social media than they would be
Not
in your
even
face?
just kids, everyone
Yeah.
is much
Yeah.
older, they wouldn't say things to your face that they would say to you
Crazy.
Right.
over text.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you guys have big plans after you finish school, or do you think you know what you want to do, or you just have a big range of things that you're looking at?
College.
Well, what is?
Just
Well,
committed.
both of you are going to college. What do you want to study? What's your hope?
Right now, biochemistry is what I'm applying for. I'm applying to UC, Ohio State, and Georgia Tech. I don't know where I'm going to go yet, though.
Okay.
I'm going to Xavier for social work. Not
Social work.
biochemistry or whatever.
Yeah.
Social work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Awesome.
Well, good.
Do some theology classes there too.
Good. Well, very
Great.
cool. Well, with that, any other questions? Well, we appreciate you guys being here,
Yeah.
and being a part of our video. And
We're actually working with Scott all summer.
Yes,
All
yes.
summer, all year.
Yeah,
All year.
yeah. All right, well, with that, we appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys, and we hope this book study's been helpful. So take care and goodbye.
All right,